Well, what's up? What's up, everybody? Happy
Hello.
4th of July.
Happy 4th of July.
Yes. Y'all are coming into the Rooted in Progress Stream Center back with another episode where we pulling up to the cookout.
To the cookout, yes.
That's what it's all about. It's 4th of July. I'm your host. I'm your girl, Deanne King. Come on into Rooted in Progress. How you feeling today, Terrence?
Hey, I'm hungry. Terrence Middlebrooks here, co-host with Deanne King. I'm hungry. I'm ready to get on this grill.
Of course
I'm ready
you're hungry.
to pull up at somebody's cookout.
Okay. What you thinking today?
Of course, come on, D. You got to go with the ribs.
Period.
Right?
So when I say
Hands
barbecue,
down,
that's what I
staple.
mean. I only want ribs. I don't want barbecue chicken.
I could take barbecue chicken.
No, I want ribs.
But ribs are a staple. You have to have ribs on the 4th of July.
Mac and cheese,
For sure.
collard greens.
Yeah, green beans.
Oh, God.
But here
we're
we go.
gonna have to
Here we
talk
go.
about this later.
Let's talk about this.
We're
You
going to
have
talk
to
about
have
this later.
potato salad.
Nah, I don't do
Potato salad? You don't do potato salad.
It got mayo in it. I don't do mayo. I don't do the mayo.
Potato salad, baked beans, those two, and ribs, 3 are a staple for the 4th of July cookout.
Listen, we're going to dive into what you eat for the 4th of July. We're going to talk about the history of cookouts, especially within Black culture. We have incredible guests. But speaking of Black culture and cookouts, we got to shout out the bros, the men of Omega Psi Phi. They are here in Tampa. They've been here in Tampa, honoring and celebrating their conclave. Shout out to them. They had a historic economic impact on our area just for having conclave here in Tampa. We're looking at least a $20 million impact from the men of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated. If you don't know them, they are one of the Divine Nine. Those are 9 sororities and fraternities that make up the National Panhellenic Council. I am an AKA, so shout out to all my sorors out there who might be tuning in. We also have a member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated in the house. Y'all are going to meet her in just a second. But we got to give a shout out to the men of Omega Psi Phi who they had a silent march, right? And so they were basically just paying homage and honoring our Black history. They had Attorney Ben Crump actually a part of that. They also had Mayor Ken Welch from St. Pete. So a lot of history, a lot of Black history, especially that we have to discuss
So
on this 4th of July holiday.
If you missed that episode, tune in. That episode aired last week.
Yep.
With Brother Dennis.
Yes, from the Sarasota Manatee chapter.
Correct. He was here along with Visit Tampa Bay President, CEO Santiago.
Yes.
So tune in, check that out. We're live.
We are.
We're here.
Happy
every
4th
Thursday,
of July.
11 a.m. every Thursday. Welcome.
All right, let's go ahead and introduce our guest for today. I'm excited about this episode, y'all. We're going to have so much fun. We're talking about history, but we're also just going to talk about what it means to be at the cookout, what you bring to the cookout, what you do at the cookout, what you don't do at the cookout. We're going to play Black Card Revoked. We're going to see who's losing their black card on this here episode. And one of our guests actually has her own Black history game. We're going to play that as well. Let me introduce y'all to our incredible guest today. We have Chef Ken James. He is an incredible chef out of Lakeland. How you feeling today, Mr. Ken?
I'm good. Thank you for having me. I paused the prep situation. We got about 20 slabs of ribs seasoned and ready to go.
That you bring it to us, right?
I will have to say, to be honest, collard greens and green beans, we're going to hold that for Thanksgiving.
Oh.
And we're going to keep it barbecue friendly. I like to do some grilled corn on the cob, maybe a nice salad, things like that.
Okay.
Keep it nice and bright because we are going to be, partaking on some of the libations and some things like that. So you want to make sure that we're not conflicting on the insides.
But you will have the baked beans and the potato salad on deck, correct?
No.
No baked beans?
No.
I will have them. I personally am not a baked bean or potato salad fan. I'm more of a macaroni salad kind of guy. We will definitely have that 5-cheese mac attack ready to go.
Okay.
I make potato salad, but I think that might be like a Tennessee thing.
Chef, we might have to pull your black card early.
Listen, we got to bring in Ashley.
Let's bring
Ashley got to
I'm
pull
not gonna
up
let
to the
them know.
cookout
I'm not
right
an
now.
African American card.
Pull it up to the cookout. We got
Let's go,
Ashley Morrow,
Ashley.
a Tampa native, owner of Black Tampa Historians, a soror, a sister of Delta Sigma Theta. Sorority Incorporated. We appreciate you being here today. How you feeling, Ashley?
I am feeling great. Thank you so much for having me, and thank you so much for the work that you all are doing in spreading Tampa's Black history.
Oh, we love it. Thank you. Thank you for what you do in spreading the history, the Black history of Tampa Bay. I want to start with that, y'all. I mean, Chef Ken, you do this. You do this for a living. Let the people know how long you've been cooking and how important the history of being a chef, especially within the Black community, how important that is for you.
Yes. One, you are totally right. I do this, as they say. Ever since I was just a fat kid sitting on the side of my mom's bed, watching her cook, watching my grandmothers throw down. Oh, absolutely. He still lives very much inside. You know, I think that when you talk about the history of the chef of the family or the chef of even the neighborhood, it was that person who made sure that no one went hungry. We, as you know, in our community have been faced with some serious economic setbacks, but we are innovators of excellence. We're the ones who know how to bring things together or make something out of nothing. There go your ribs for you. But my grandmother actually, my grandmother who passed along up in Harlem was that person who made sure that everyone had something to eat in the neighborhood. And it's an honor for me to be able to carry on that tradition and share my love of food and my passion, my love, and my skill, and put that on a plate to make sure that everybody else is able to experience the true essence of what soul food is.
That is incredible. I think you speak to what Black culture is. Going to Big Mama's house, going to Grandmama's house, going to auntie and uncle's houses, and them having just all the food. You got all the kids in the background and they're playing and laughing and you're outside. And that is literally the culture. Ashley, you're born, raised right here in Tampa. What were some of those traditions for your family growing up?
Well, growing up, we used to go always to grandmother's house, and just so happens I'm just buying my grandmother's house, and she lives in East Tampa. She lived in East Tampa. She passed last year.
Shout out to that.
And I'm in the process. Yep, keeping it in the family. I'm in the process of moving my things in, and changing some things up a bit, upgrading and updating some things. But I love the comfy and cozy feeling I feel every time I enter her home. And it was time for me to get a new home anyway, so here we are.
Yes, and I love that for you. Was there anything that stood out, especially here in Tampa, that you can speak to that's different as it relates to how you and your family used to get together, celebrate, hang out, compared to how things are now?
Oh, yes. Most of, when you're young, I just feel like everybody went into the same room, and whether it was a pillow fight or something like that, you playing cards, you playing 52 pickup and whatever, like it was always that, just that comfortable, like great cozy feeling when you be around all your cousins.
Yeah.
Like you have 15, I feel bad for people that have only have like 1 or 2 cousins, but like the ones all, me. Yeah, no, it was like 8, 9, 10 of us. We'll be just in one room. Now I can't imagine all 10 grown people being in one room like that.
That's true.
When we were younger, and then that night it's like, the sleepover time. So we don't want to go home. Like there's food there. The parents already know there's food there. The grandma's going to watch us. So it was daycare. So we had a great time growing up here in Tampa.
Well, even though we all come from those grandparents' house, small 1 room, 2 rooms, there was always outside.
Yes. Right.
I don't care how hot it is, as long as it wasn't lightning and thundering. Because when it thundered, you had to sit down and let the Lord do His work.
What?
You better be outside.
Outside. You hear me?
So
until that street light came on.
Yeah. I never.
And there's no running in and.
I was on the porch kid. What happened? Like the boys would go outside. Some of the girl cousins or whatever. I didn't like running around outside. I don't like getting sweaty.
I feel you.
That was not my thing.
I feel you on that one.
I want to sit down.
Yeah, it's people probably right now talking about, "Yup, that was me. That was me."
Down. But we had to go outside. But I was like, I'm not running. I'm not getting hurt.
No,
skinning my knee. That wasn't my experience.
I feel you on that.
I had a couple of those cousins. Yeah. I'm out of here cousin.
I think that, here, the 4th of July and everything that it means to our country, but you take a step back and you look at what this means for Black culture and the role in which we play in different holidays like the 4th of July holiday. And I have just some history here about even barbecue traditions as it relates to African Americans back in slavery. So enslaved African Americans, they played a huge part in spreading the barbecue technique in our country during slavery. So this goes back hundreds.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Hundreds of years. So these reports, slaves were normally tasked with doing the hard work, keeping the fire going, hours digging in the trenches, monitoring coals, chopping up wood, cooking the meat. They were doing this for their slave owners. And the historians say that barbecue really is African American culture. That's where it originated. And that is kind of why we thrive and why soul food and barbecue is so much a part of our lives, even till this day. Ashley, you do a lot. You study a lot of history.
Mm-hmm.
What do you have to say and knowing that this barbecue tradition, it really goes back to slavery?
It goes back and even further. But in regards to African American history, when I researched Tampa's history specifically, I noticed that we had people that were, our ancestors were out there cooking the food, tending the kids, doing all the things, cleaning the house, and still managing to get a plate on the table by 5, 6 o'clock so everybody could have a good meal.
Right.
Like, so I feel like, and like nowadays, like a lot of people don't even like to cook. And I'm like, do you understand that we come from a very strong tradition of some cooks?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Some cooks. So like it's ingrained in you almost.
Right.
Even when you eat food.
Right.
Like to this day, like if you eat something, you're like, that don't taste right.
Listen.
That don't taste right. You like taste something, you like test it, it needs something.
Yeah.
And even if you don't know how to cook, you know, okay, this doesn't taste.
That ain't it.
Yep.
This isn't it.
That's not it.
This
And
is it.
it's interesting that you bring that up because literally this historian is talking about as barbecue evolved, as cooking evolved during slavery, African Americans, they had to incorporate spices and sauces.
Mm-hmm.
Baby, we've been seasoning this food for a real long time now.
And even though I'm sure Lowry's wasn't around back
no.
then, so what did we
baby.
do? How did we do that? You know,
I got to check in with Chef Ken. What you got to say
Chef
about
Ken,
that?
yeah.
That seasoning?
Greases, all the things.
I think that's really funny you say that. Like you said, we season our food at Plates on Deck. That's actually one of our taglines. We have 2 signature seasonings right now. Our Eclectic Soul Seasoning, which is an all-purpose seasoning from everything from your vegetables to your proteins. Barbecue, it's a great base even for our fried chicken mix. You know, you got to season that flour to make sure you get layers of flavor at every bite.
Yeah.
And then we also have our signature seafood boil seasoning, which has that kick of spice, that Cajun flavor, that also is very versatile, not just for seafood boils, but also for seafood, vegetables. I like to use it even when I'm doing some chicken or things like that on the grill. I know you don't like your barbecue chicken on July 4th, but we definitely like to make sure that we have a variety because now that we know the health issues that are behind the food that we love so much, it's important that we start to supplement some healthier alternatives and some healthier options, but still give those same flavor profiles that we've grown accustomed to and love so much.
And I'm glad you point that out, Chef, because of the fact that, you know, we used to have the green beans and the collard greens with the fat back and the hog all in it. Healthier options.
Yes.
Yeah.
Turkey. What other healthier options could you give us?
Yes.
For this cookout.
One of the most popular, of course, is that smoked turkey neck or smoked turkey wing. But you also want to make sure that you're mindful of the sodium content of the smoked meats and things like that. So a great plant-based alternative would be going to get some of the heartier mushrooms or even incorporating some of those smokier flavors with like some smoked paprika, the chili powders, garlic, turmeric, some fresh herbs as well to really impart the flavor without adding all of the things that are negative.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Them some good tips right there.
And then like just the history, passing those recipes down, I think are so important. Those healthier options instead of grandma's. Just add some butter to it.
Yeah.
Just keep adding butter.
Yes.
And salt and more salt and butter.
Well, and then again, you don't want those people to walk up to the table and the first thing they're going to ask is, who made the potato salad? Who made the green beans? You know, Ashley made the green beans.
Right, we just did something a little different.
Chef Ken made the mac and cheese.
Different.
That is true.
That's it.
Yeah, actually, you bring up a really good point because I think that's another tradition, especially in the Black household, is the passing down. And it's the sacredity. It's so sacred, right? To get those actual recipes. I remember when my aunt, she was one of the staples, the cook for my family. And when she passed about 4 or 5 years ago of cancer. And I finally was able to get the sweet potato pie recipe. I was finally able to get the mac and cheese recipe. And it kind of brings, in sorrow, you're sad. But then it brings back not only her own presence and her memories, but then it makes you're whole again because you have that little piece of your history, of your family right there that I'm able to then make something that she used to make that we'd be like, all right, now don't take my sweet potato pie.
Right. Exactly.
Now, Chef Ken, is that who inspired you?
Yes.
You said your grandmother.
I've been inspired by all of the great chefs and some of the not great ones in my family. Both of my grandmothers were amazing cooks. And then even being a product of a blended family, spending time, down in South Carolina with my sister's grandmother, who is, my third grandmother, being able to sit out there and know what it means to go to the farm. She had a garden out back. We picking okra. I'm snapping green beans. I'm shucking corn. And being able to be connected from the seed to the service is something that I really hold dear to my heart. Because I feel, like you said, connected in spirit to my grandmothers who are both passed on, and being able to, like you said, touch Ma's oxtail recipe, still working on Nana's biscuits that nobody had the recipe. Because one thing that we see in our family is that there's no recipe, there's no measurement, there's no exact science to it. It's got to look, smell, feel, taste right. If it don't, it's just not it. I can't tell you how much butter I put in there. It was about this much.
Yeah.
And then today I had to add a little more because the flour wasn't acting right. So I think, to speak to your point, Ashley, it is imperative and really important that we take the time to write down those family recipes. Yeah. Because we may not have the heirlooms, but we have the food. And the food is what, like love, like faith, is something that is inertly ours.
Exactly.
It's ours and ours alone. And it's important that we share that to the next generations. And that's how our legacy and our love and our lifetime passes on generation.
Most certainly.
Absolutely. One of the most important things is like we can have an extra helping of salt, or if you are heavy-handed, everything is good in moderation.
Right.
Bingo.
Everything is good in moderation. So we just can't have it every meal, every dinner, every night. Fried chicken, fried pork chops. It's okay to splurge. It's okay to enjoy life a little in moderation.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
I love that. I love hearing
the moderation.
Exactly. And I love hearing the family stories from the both of you all. Y'all just have such a rich history. Now here at Rooted in Progress, we're just not a normal show. We're not a normal podcast. This is our third episode. Our listeners, they're growing to know us and to love us and to realize that we really do cut up on this show. So we're also about the education, right? We're always talking about the progression of the Black community in our area. So I think it's only right we get this thing started with Black Tampa Historians cards. You have a game, Ashley. Tell people what inspired you to create this card game.
So it started, I want to say like the fall of last year. I was at like a little game night with my friends and we were playing Taboo. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, what if there was a card game that like got everyone excited, like how y'all are excited, but it taught Black history. And I'm sitting there thinking. I was sitting next to Jamaris, actually, just sitting there.
Come on, shout out to Dr. Jamaris.
Come on, Seventh Grove. So, little plug. But yeah, no, I'm sitting there next. I'm like, what if there was a game about Black history and we can just play that. And I was like, there's no game. So I'm thinking, if I create one, we'll just see where it goes. So at first it was just a question game. And I was like, no, I got to do multiple choice because there are a lot of people that are not from Tampa, but you want to give them a hint or something. So I did multiple choice, and it just went from there, and it turned into, I have like about 200 questions, but this game is 71 cards of questions. I just kind of narrowed it down to the most, the best questions I felt would be for this first version, this first batch of questions. I thought these would be the best ones.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to test out. We got Chef Ken in the building. We have Terrence here. Let me test y'all knowledge. And then actually I'll pass you some cards because I need to test my knowledge too.
Yeah, we gotta definitely put you on the spot as well.
Okay. Well, first of all, shout out to For the Culture because a lot of these I know because I report on this.
Hello?
I'm not new to this. I'm true to this, baby. Okay. Let me go ahead and make that very clear. Okay, so we have our first question. What are the two historically Black high schools in Tampa? Armwood and Blake, Middleton and Blake, Plant in Hillsborough, Middleton and Jefferson.
Ooh.
I know this.
I'm going to go with D, just because it's always a Black Jefferson.
I'm
gonna go with B. Blake.
B is correct.
Boom, let's go.
Blake and Middleton, named after
From
Howard W. Blake.
From the
correct.
transplant.
And George
Correct
S. Middleton.
answer from the transplant.
Yep.
Let's
Wow. In Middleton, they're celebrating 90 years this year. Yeah, they're celebrating 90 years.
1934, built in 1934.
Wow, that is incredible.
Nice.
Come on, Terrence. Let me give you your little 1 point. Terrence.
That was 1
I'm
point.
just out here trying to
One
make you
point.
look good on your
Man,
show.
there you
Let me
go.
see.
So
That's
there are
1
points.
point.
Yes, there are points listed in the bottom right-hand corner of the card. So we have a tally going.
I'm ready for this. I'm gonna beat y'all. Okay, what boarding house was built in the 1950s and took in many Central Avenue artists? Terrence, you better know this. A, Tampa City Hall. B, the Strass Center. C, the Jackson House. D, the Blue Room.
I'm gonna go with C, the Jackson House.
Okay.
And I say that with confidence too. So
I'm going
This is
right
right.
back to my theory of the presidential names. I'm going with C.
The Jackson House. You
the
are
Jackson
correct.
House. Let's go.
Come on, y'all
Let's
both,
go.
y'all both got a point. Okay.
But it wasn't named after the president.
It was not named after the
family.
president.
I'm sorry. I
Let's
just
make
want to
that
put that
clear.
out there.
Well,
Let's make that clear.
I mean, the Jacksons were great artists too.
Yes.
I mean, Joe did his
Yes,
thing.
but they did not stay there. Just for clarification.
Chef
and
Ken.
Brother Jesse was a powerful figure, Brother
Chef
Jesse.
Ken, we got to work on you. We gonna pray.
Because girl,
for
they'll
Chef
run with
Ken.
it. You know the Jackson 5 stayed there.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
they did not.
Correct. They did not stay there.
Is that where Brother Jesse Jackson stayed?
No,
No.
I'm going to say it was the
okay.
Jacksons 6 and 7.
Okay.
That was Randy and LaToya.
Nah. Okay, we're gonna try one more and then I'm gonna hop in here. Okay, what civil rights leader spoke in Tampa on November 19th, 1961? Oh, this is kind of hard. I'm gonna go. What is his A name?
Let me see. Farrakhan.
Well, we know that's not the answer.
Farrakhan.
Farrakhan?
Yikes. Let's go to B, Malcolm X. C is Angela Davis, and D is Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
Well, since you kind of gave us a clue that this was going to be pretty hard,
Okay.
I think I'm going to go with C.
Angela Davis. Okay.
Yes.
Chef Ken.
Just because I'm in New York, I'm going with Minister Farrakhan.
Okay. Well, both of you are incorrect. It was Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
He came here in 61.
That wasn't a hard
that
question.
wasn't
You
a
set
hard
us up to
question.
fail.
Well, I said it was hard
That
because
was
it was
the
just the
obvious
date.
answer.
It was just the date.
Exactly. That was an obvious
He
answer.
was still alive.
Okay.
He was.
You threw the curveball at us.
I'm
You threw the
sorry.
curveball at us. We swung
Wow.
and
I think you
missed.
set us up
You
so
did.
you could jump
She
in
did.
and
She
catch
did.
up on these points.
Right,
Well,
exactly.
my bad.
You guys,
Sheesh.
everybody's
That's
a winner.
okay.
Let me put my name
You
in here.
all learned something. Everybody
go.
won. Okay.
Come on, Ashley. I'm ready. I'm ready to beat them.
I don't believe in participation trophies.
Hey, everybody tuning in right now, y'all should be playing along too. See if y'all know a little something.
For 1 point,
Okay.
what dance started in Tampa and had a song written by Hank Ballard in the 1960s? A, the mashed potato. B, the twist. C, the hand jive. Or D, the Charleston.
Oh gosh.
The twist was Chubby Checker, which
Come on, history.
I don't. It's not that.
Can I get the answers again?
A, the mashed potato, B, the twist, C, the hand jive, and D, the Charleston.
I'm gonna go with
I'm
C.
gonna go with the mashed potato.
What about?
Oh, I think I'm torn between A and C.
Okay.
But I'm gonna go C because that's just what you do on multiple choice.
Mashed potatoes, it was a dance that was probably created back in the 50s with, I'd say somewhere like in Kentucky or
The answer is B.
Or Tennessee.
B, the twist.
You were wrong.
Twist? Really?
So, story behind that.
Listening to you, no more.
Story
Terrence.
behind that.
Okay.
Hank Ballard was actually staying here in Tampa, performing on Central Avenue. One night, he saw these kids out on the street doing this dance. He's like, "What do y'all call that?" They said, "It's called the twist." So he writes this song here in Tampa with the Midnighters, his group. He goes down to Miami the next day and records it.
Oh,
So
wow.
Dick Clark actually hears it. He discovers Chubby Checkers in Philly, brings him on the bandstand, and he performs the twist. And then it makes it really big. It goes viral, basically, back in those times. So he's credited with creating that song, but actually Hank Ballard created it here in Tampa, and the twist was created here in Tampa.
This is why we have you here,
Nice.
Ashley.
Yes,
Come on.
And this was
Other
at the
people.
Jackson House.
This was
Outside
not
the Jackson
So,
House.
no, it wasn't at the
He's
Jackson
trying to
House.
put the lessons
It's
together.
rumored that he either stayed at the Pyramid Hotel or the Jackson House, but there's
Okay.
no definite. So I won't say he definitely stayed at the Jackson House, but he did stay along Central Ave when he was here.
Wow. Come
This is
on.
great. Yeah, this is.
I love
But
this.
you were close.
Yeah.
You were.
I
I
learned a
was
whole
like,
bunch
one
of
that you, I was
stuff
like,
about Tim.
I gotta get one more. I gotta get one because I know
Let me
I can
see.
beat them.
let me see.
I know I can beat them.
You
For
just
1
got the name,
point.
D.
What Little League baseball team in Tampa did Dwight Gooden, Gary Sheffield,
I
and
got
Carl
another.
Everett play for?
I know exactly.
A, West Tampa, B, Belmont Heights, C, College Hill, or D, Jackson Heights?
Ooh.
Oh, I'm going D. We right back to the
Jackson
Jackson.
It's you say
I
B
think
Tampa
Belmont.
Heights?
A, West Tampa, B, Belmont Heights, C, College Hill, or D, Jackson Heights?
It's either Belmont Heights or Jackson
I was
Heights.
just at that field a couple weeks ago, but not being from here.
Come on, Terrence.
It's either B or D.
Okay.
That's what I said.
I'm gonna go with B. I'm gonna go with B.
You are correct. Belmont
Bam,
Heights.
Let's go.
I
Belmont
gotta
Heights.
Belmont
get 1
Heights
point.
Little League.
I'm gonna give myself 1
You
point.
can't give yourself
I said
1
B
point.
or D.
We'll give your. Actually, we're gonna take
Oh,
away a
so
point
if you
that
get
you
a
could
point, I
not
get a
pronounce
point. 'Cause we
Farrakhan.
both had height.
Belmont
yeah,
Heights
yeah,
Little
you-
League.
Chef James, you get a half a point.
They actually made it to the state championship, so they were a really great baseball
Yes.
team.
Yeah.
Wow. These are great questions.
Guys, this is a great game that when you're at the cookout and everybody's sitting around having a good time, that
Yeah.
you guys could play, get the whole entire family involved.
Young and old.
So,
Yeah.
Old people probably be whooping y'all.
actually- Right. Where can people get this game, Ashley?
It's available right now through my Instagram page, and it's online. So if you go onto my Instagram page, Black Tampa Historians, and look in the highlights, or right now it's in my stories, there is a buy now button on there.
All right.
Eventually, I would like to try to get it into shops. If you're familiar with Gwen Henderson, she has a bookstore.
Yeah.
Yes.
So trying to get it in there and talk to her, trying to get it actually in her shop. Miss Ursula Odom has a shop. Just talking to different people that have these stores and brick and mortars that are, interested in Black history. I would
Right.
love to talk to them about getting this game in there.
Black history is important. And let me say one thing. You ain't got to be Black to learn Black history.
Not at all.
not at all.
Okay?
Not at all.
So support.
Black history is American history.
That's
It
right.
is American history. So on this beautiful American Day,
Hello?
4th of July, go ahead and think about a little Black history and support. We have 2 local business owners on this show today. You all can support the both of them. That is what it's about. That is how we continue. That's how we stay rooted in progress. That's how
Absolutely.
we continue the progression
Bingo.
of the Black community by supporting the Black community. So pull up to Chef Ken, buy a plate because he got plates on deck, right?
Always.
And support Ashley and go to her Instagram page, buy her card game, and learn at the same time. You know what we did, Terrence?
What did we do, D?
We fed them today.
Yes.
We educated them today.
Hello?
And we allowed y'all to also get access to fun things for your family.
Right, right.
Man,
And we laughed
doing
and we
it.
had a good time.
Things to do.
Real quick, Chef James.
Yeah.
Give us a plug. Where can
Yes,
we
sir.
find you? Give us a little bit more information on reaching out, getting us a plate
Absolutely.
by the studio here soon.
Yes, absolutely. So we are primarily a catering and private chef service. You can catch me online at My Plates on Deck across all social media. Our website is myplatesondeck.com. And then if you just hop right on to Google, as my grandmother would have said, you can just type in Plates on Deck. We're the first like 5 or 6 that pop up. And we service everywhere from the East Coast to the West Coast. And we travel from New York to South Beach. So you give us a call. We'll be there. We do have some major things happening right now. Earlier this year, we filmed a major show for a major network.
Come on.
You can tune into our social media for more updates about that as well.
There we go. There we go. We're doing it big here in Tampa. Before we go, Terrence, I got to ask each of y'all one question, and it's going to be black card revoked.
Yes.
You get one time.
Yes.
You get one shot, okay? The correct answer wins. So these, just for people who are listening in, card games is something that you do at the cookout.
You do.
Absolutely.
Spades. What's some other games, Ashley?
Hey, you said it all.
Spades.
Big Wiz,
Tonk.
Taboo.
Tonk, taboo.
Oh, we in Florida. We can play some Tonk.
Yeah.
Tonk.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what you do. That's what you do. So we about to do that at our cookout. All right. So here's a question. What was the call sign of the radio station that Martin Payne worked at? WHAT, WZUP,
Let's go.
WHOT, and WGUC.
Let's
What's
go.
up? What's up?
Okay, everybody got that. All right. Okay. In Friday, who did Debo knock out?
Was this easy in Tampa?
In Friday, who did Debo knock out for asking about his bike? Craig? Stanley?
Now, you know, I'm still a Christian, so I'm not going to say nothing to Red, okay?
Yes, it is Red. Did y'all know it?
Yes, we did.
I don't think so. Actually,
I don't think I knew that one because all I had was my grandmama got me that chain.
I'm over here,
and I'm thinking like, no, that's a chain, right? I'm thinking about the chain.
Come Debo. Like your chains.
Come on, stall them out, Debo.
Yeah, man, let's go.
I don't know this one. On Living Single, what was Overton's middle name?
Oh, I don't know.
All right, here we go.
I didn't catch
Winston,
Middleton.
Lucas, Wakefield, or Michael?
I'll go with Wakefield.
I'm gonna go
Wakefield.
Wakefield. That's
y'all are all right.
I don't know why that felt right.
Why did Wakefield?
I knew his
Why?
character.
With my spirit.
If you know his character, then
It's like seasoning. The
It's
ancestors
like the
said
seasoning.
so.
Yeah.
No,
If I was naming a character, I would put Wakefield.
you would put Wakefield.
I would.
Okay.
I
Oh,
would.
here we go.
Or like Bartholomew or something
Yeah,
like that.
some strong name.
Okay.
Right.
If your number is 911,
911 pain.
no 911-0024, they might have called you to lay down. LSG, Jagged Edge, Drew Hill, or 112.
LSG. 911
0024.
Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't know that one, Chef Ken?
He had to say it.
Let's go.
I think it was because I didn't know how to
Ask
say it
Alicia
right.
Keys' phone number. I got you.
I didn't say it. I didn't say it right. I'm sorry. Let me give
All right,
you.
so
let me give you
going
one
forward,
more.
I think we're gonna revoke Deanne from reading any of the questions.
Why?
I have one. Let me
well,
grab
go
this one
ahead
right
then.
So
here.
y'all have questions.
All right, here we go.
Yeah.
What is the first line to the song Tootsie Roll? A, cotton candy,
Cotton
sweet
candy.
and low. Hear me out.
Oh.
B, cotton candy, sweet as gold. C, cotton candy, sweetie go. Or
Please.
D, cotton candy, Swedish gold.
Cotton candy, sweet and gold.
Sweet as
Sweet
gold.
gold.
Let me
Sweet
know.
as
Okay,
gold.
hold up.
Sweet as gold.
Hold up.
No.
Deanne
It's
says
sweet as gold, like Carolina gold.
Deanne,
Sweet
what's
as
your
gold.
answer?
Oh no, was I wrong?
Wait, what's your answer? You said sweet and low.
Uh-huh.
That's sweet tea? Coffee? What?
Sweet.
All right.
Sweet as gold.
That's cancer in a pack.
Exactly.
Yeah, we don't. Diabetes.
I was wrong.
Ashley, what's your
Sweet as gold.
sweetest gold? And Chef,
It's
what is
D.
your answer?
Sweet as gold.
Man, you guys are
It's
all
sweet as
wrong.
gold.
Sweet. What is it?
It's cotton candy, sweetie go.
Heck no.
I did not know that.
I did not know that.
I didn't
did
know
Nah,
not know
I
that.
got
don't
to
believe
call
it.
Still
Luther.
gonna
No, I
say
did
sweet as
not.
gold.
I don't
I know,
believe
Somebody
it.
get Luther
There's
on here
no
next
way.
week and let's figure this out.
Nope.
I'm
I
still.
don't believe it.
I'm still saying sweet as gold.
I'm saying sweet and low. Period.
Yeah.
I'm saying sweet as gold.
This was
Fine.
awesome. This was
Fine.
fun.
Ashley,
Because
you got
if you
one
think
question.
about what
one.
he's talking about,
Let Ashley get one
It's
in.
sweet as
not
gold.
this
All right, Ashley.
You don't like that one?
Um, You might be bougie if you A, only drive luxury cars, B, only shop at Whole Foods, C, eat fried chicken with a fork and knife, D, never been to the store with house shoes on.
I ain't never been to the store with some house shoes on.
I ain't never been on shoes.
My mom wouldn't.
I'm gonna go with
Damn.
C. Not even gonna hold you up.
Yep.
What was C?
C. Fried chicken with a
Eat
fork.
fried chicken with a fork and knife.
What if it's a breast?
Nah.
You're not gonna cut the breast?
Who's frying?
It's fried chicken.
Who's
I
frying
can
a
see baked
boneless
chicken at a
breast?
wedding, and I'll eat it with.
You said who's frying a breast? A breast?
A boneless breast.
Oh, what's it called? Popeyes.
Exactly.
That would be
And
chicken
the
cutlet.
answer was
No, that would be a chicken
Oh, no,
cutlet,
this was
baby.
a
That's
discussion.
Italian.
Oh,
This is a discussion.
Here,
Yeah, to
There's
me-
no answer.
to me. You eat fried chicken with a fork and
What's
knife.
this one? Majority.
I'm
is.
done. I'm done.
Oh, my bad.
I mean, if it's
Yeah.
a breast,
I think
I'm
that's
using
a
a
deal
fork and a knife. I don't care
That's
what
a
y'all
deal
talking
breaker.
about. I
That
don't
was
care
a
what y'all
majority
talking about.
one.
That's just that's almost as similar as someone eating hot wings with a fork and knife.
Oh no, not that. And I want all flats, extra wet.
Right. Which artist always stayed with Coogee down to his socks?
Coogee down to the
Biggie
socks
Smalls,
like
the
I'm
notorious
baby.
There you go, Biggie.
That's
Biggie's the
definitely
correct
Biggie
answer.
Smalls.
I'm undefeated in this game. Let's go.
There we go.
So you think you still got your black card?
Oh, absolutely. And I'm light skinned. Let's go.
Oh, here we
You
go.
light
Let's
skin.
Here we go.
I wouldn't know
we
this
will
one.
not get into the colorism today.
We will not.
That's a
not
whole
on
nother
this
show,
good here,
folks.
4th of
Tune in.
July.
The melanin.
The melanin is
We are
here,
rooted
baby.
in
Definitely.
progress.
We are
not
rooted
going back.
together. We are
golden,
rooted
baby.
together.
Y'all, this has been so much fun.
Yes,
All my
yes.
folks out there, y'all, please be safe. Enjoy whatever you are doing. Your families. Today is about family, being off from work, having a good time, eating some good food. Y'all hit up Chef Ken.
Absolutely.
We coming for you, Chef Ken. We need some food. Okay?
Call me, I cater.
Yep.
He said, call me, I cater. Ashley, we appreciate your time. Chef Kim, we appreciate you being here and chatting with us. All of our friends who are joining us for Rooted in Progress, we always appreciate y'all hanging. Thanks for pulling up to the cookout. Remember,
guys.
we are here every Thursday at 11 a.m. Always talking about the progression of the Black community here in Tampa. You can join us on WFLA.com. You can download the WFLA app. You could tune in via Facebook. But of course, go ahead and follow us and like us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and on YouTube. We'd love to have you, and we want you to join us and be a part of that conversation.
This was fun. Thank you guys. Join
All
us
right.
next week.
Happy 4th. Y'all have a good one.
See ya.